So let's see if I can dig myself out of this mess. Everything here is, these are all the knotty, gnarly pieces of the last couple firewood loads that I just kind of put aside because they were not something I could split by hand, and I thought these would be the perfect pieces to cut up into charcoal chunks. This stuff, it's not even worth splitting. I don't think you could do it with a log splitter, and it's a ton of work by hand. So this will make great charcoal. I'm using 2 axes. This has become one of my most used splitting axes. This is the an ox head axe. This is I forget the brand or the model number. It's the 2600A. They make a couple of splitters. They make 2 of them. One I think is the Iltis, and this is you know, it's got a different profile. That's how you can tell what it is. This is a steel branded splitting axe, so you can buy this axe anywhere you can buy a steel chainsaw. And then I have the Council Tool forcible entry axe, which has just been one of my favorite axes to use when I kind of want to feel like I'm using something a little bit more like a felling axe to split. I go to this one because it can handle the abuse. It's 6 pounds. It's just made out of really tough steel. It's a firefighting axe, so it's fantastic. I use it a lot. These are my 2 most used splitting axes. I'd like to try out Council Tools 5-pound splitting axe, but I can't justify buying another splitting axe. It's so similar to my forcible entry axe, but I'd like to try out that Council Tool splitter at some point here. As far as the bevel goes, this is 28 degrees, which is actually pretty keen for a splitting axe. And this ox head is going to be 35 degrees. So this is the blunter of the 2. I can't recall more than maybe 3 or 4 times I have ever gotten that ox head axe stuck. It's just incredible. So anyways, enough talk, let's get to splitting. What should we start with here? One thing I like about this Council tool is this is about the heaviest axe that I can flick with. I can do it with this, but not all day. This is still a workout, but it flicks very, very nicely. Just keeps your axe out of the dirt. Although now I'm seeing probably all that was blocked by that big chunk there. So I don't know if you saw any of what I was even doing. Well, that made it worse. See how I can split without hitting the ground. We're gonna watch the flick in action. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. Oh, this one will be kind of fun. I have no idea what's going to happen here. Nope. Wow, this one's, I will go there. Well, this one just doesn't want to go. Come on. Well, wow. Look at the grain on that. That's a gnarly piece. We'll get her though. Just pick a different spot. Because they're going to be charcoal, I want them fairly small. That one's already split. Watch this. Woo. Look at that dust. Stuff's been sitting too long. Oh, see? There's kind of a good example of the flick. I actually sunk it at that angle that you do with your wrist after you hit. I don't think that's ever happened to me before. Well, that's pretty hunky. These are the size that I really want. These will burn down into awesome charcoal chunks. Let's see, that whole middle section's punk. Wow. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. These are in the burn pile, the trash burn pile. Yeah, lots of ants in there too. So don't put that one on your shoulder. All right, that big knot there. There we go. Come on, now split. I don't know if that guy's gonna go. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. I hate hitting branches with my axe on the way down. It's hugely distracting. Let's see if I'm still recording. I think so. Okay. Get out of the way here. This one, I think is going to be a challenge. And I'll switch over to my ox head. This has a shorter handle. This I believe is 30. That council I believe is 32. This is a gnarly crash piece. I'm trying to trip myself here. All right. You know what? YouTube loves it when we go right down the middle. Oh. You know, people say that steel should always be harder than red oak. But do you hear that noise? I halfway expected the axe to be split in half. Hit it in the right spot. Come on. There we go. Whew. Oh, I gotta take a knee after that. It is just humid and hot. It's a swimming pool outside. Oh, these little ants. They'll leave quarter size welts on you, or bigger. I'm gonna go after this guy too. And my hands are just slick right now. And I have this handle finished to probably 800 grit, maybe 1,000. And I've got it oiled with pine tar and natural linseed oil. So there's none of the salts in it. And it's not slick. I have a really nice grip on it. Really nice grip. That's not gonna go. I'll chop through it before it splits. Yeah. And you know, some of these real big ones, real tough ones, I might make a big mallet out of, like a big wooden hammer. They're fantastic. This piece I'm gonna set aside. All right. Man, where are the easy ones at? This one shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Hitting these branches. Come on. Oh. All right, let's try the flick. There we go. Oh man, that's just a harder axe to flick. So I guess if you do a lot of splitting on the ground, I think this council tool is going to be your best bet. If you just want something that you can smash into anything and everything, and you're gonna go straight through that log, either you have the strongest forearms and shoulders known to man, or you don't flick, then this ox head is the one for you. And if you look at the weight distribution of these two axes, that console is taller and longer, and there's more weight on the pole. Very little weight comparatively speaking. I mean, it's a huge axe, but compared to this one on the pole, the weight of this ox head is all in the bit. Very European design. I don't care what anybody says, the development of a large pole was distinctly North American. Happened during the colonial period, but it was North American. So large pole means as I go to flick, I'm using the leverage that the pole provides to turn the axe, which means I need to use less of my wrist. Because these axes are actually roughly the same weight, but the distribution of the weight makes all the difference. All right, we're still recording. And I tell you what, I'm actually enjoying this. Oh. Oh, come on now. I'm gonna knock that piece off. There we go. All right. Oh. Man. Getting a little sluggish here. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, look at these little woodworms here. These will get you. Not really get you, but get your wood. Look at that. Geez, I've just about chopped that knot out. That's another one for the burn pile. Here we go. This one's gonna be nice. All right. All right. So don't let anybody tell you that I can't split on the ground. I just like to use a chopping block if I can, because I'd rather spend my time chopping than filing my bit back. And you know, you can flick to keep your bit out of the dirt. You know, like you can do stuff like that. But, and I enjoy it. But, I don't know, I guess it's just a personal preference. I'm not telling anybody that they're doing it wrong. I just think it's safer to put it on a block. You can still flick with your wood raised up. Let's see. This piece here is a little big. And I'll probably take this one in half again. Oh, this one's pretty punky. I usually wait for that little bit of resistance to tell me when to flick. I didn't get anything here. This is just a rotten piece. That's burn pile. And you know what? Actually, this one's okay. You can see it's a little bit punky, but still very solid. Trash burn pile. Let's see. Okay. Oh, there we go. One more shot. Oh, man. One thing that I do really like about this forcible entry axe too is it's not so wide that it blows your pieces all over the place. So it's pretty common that I can, oh, I got an ant. I can split it, keeping everything together one way, and then come back perpendicular and split it nice. Everything stays intact. Right under that tree. Well, I don't want to block the camera, but I have to. Man, I got just bit by an ant right there on the thigh. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This one's not great. I'll split it anyways. See how it sounds like hitting a softball or something? Trash pile. Oh, I thought a hawk was going after one of my chickens. She just fell through the tarp on the compost pile. Gosh, is that ant back? Oh. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. All right, we're switching over to the bruiser. I think I'm in frame. Oh, come on now. All right, shake it off. Oh. Holy cow. That's incredible. Well, this one's in the burn pile. Let's see if I'm still recording. All right. Okay. Come on. There we go. That one's a little punky. Okay. Oh man. There's a crack. But man, I hit it and nothing happened. There we go. I found it. Got the seam. There it is. Come on. Hey, box. Those chips went on top of my house. And you know what? I can't sit on these stumps because that's how I got literally ants in my pants in the first place. Golly, they hurt, and then you kind of got a squish for them. Man. All right. Oh. Oh. Nope. That one is more stubborn than I am. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. the kneeling flick. You saw it here first. Okay, so I have a nice pile of charcoal. I don't know, call them blanks, squares going. I want to do a video on how I make charcoal because I looked up what Kingsford and all the other guys. Kingsford's actually one of the best as far as the junk that they put into their briquettes, but there's some real nasty stuff in charcoal that you just don't want in your food. Everything from, you know, limestone to boron and all kinds of mineral elements and coal. It's just, they actually put coal in charcoal instead of, you know, 100% hardwood lump. So I've been making my own charcoal. I've been giving it to friends and family, and that's going to be a great project. But I just wanted to just go over, you know, some of why I really like this forcible entry axe. Please don't eat my hat box. It flicks really well, lots of weight on the pole, wide bit, 4140 steel. This thing takes a beating. You can see the bit is still perfect after just smashing it through all those knots. You know, this ox head, this thing is heavy, and I wish that this handle guard here was a little bit shorter, but wonderful axe. It doesn't flick real well, you know? Like I said, if you look at, box, don't knock over my camera. If you look at how little weight there is on the pole, again, that's a very European design. The weight is mostly in the bit here. That's huge. This is a very, very heavy wedge, as opposed to if you look at this forcible entry axe. You look at how much of the weight is on the pole here. It's a very American design. So basically what you're looking for is this axe is going to be very forward oriented. You're going to go in one straight line and it's going to smash. And this is a great axe for just smashing. You're going to go through the round, you're going to go through the earth, you're going to hit the crust of our planet. I mean, this thing is just, you're going to go in one straight line. Whereas this is a little bit more nimble, which I think is very strange because you look at European sports cars, they have mid-engine sports cars because of the balance, you know, the Ferraris, and finally Chevy just got on board and started putting their engines in the middle of their Corvette. But same principle. Those old Corvettes, they don't take a corner because they don't want to turn. You know, they're very, very balanced towards one end of the vehicle. So anyways, that's neither here nor there. Just a little bit of axe banter. Now, this dang Holzforma, you know, I realized I have said some critical things about this axe, this chainsaw. It runs, it still works. I have just spent I don't know how many hours on this saw, but for what was it, 350 bucks? It still pulls a 36-inch chain beautifully. It's not the most reliable saw. I think if you put a new, a better carburetor on this saw, that it would be, it'd be a runner. It'd be a strong runner. Because on a humid day like this in Georgia, it's just gonna mess with your carburetor to no end. So you could see I couldn't really set the saw down. If I set it down, I kind of had to keep the trigger going. And you know, the way Georgia is, you're going to tune your carburetor in the morning, you're going to tune your carburetor in the evening. I mean, it's just, the humidity fluctuates, the heat fluctuates so much. So I think maybe a stronger carburetor would do a lot for this saw. But, you know, I tell you what, I'm more, I think, upset with the fact that, and I'm going to ramble a little bit here, Holzforma told me to kick rocks when I tried to warranty a mill. And that really chapped my butt because, you know, I'm the kind of person that I will not warranty an item unless I feel like the item is responsible for the damage. You know, I've broken hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars of tools, probably not thousands, maybe hundreds, that I broke and it was my fault. And I was either intentionally abusing it or I just used it so much that I couldn't fault the tool. I won't warranty that. It's just kind of my own personal code. And so when I warranty something, I really do see it as a defect in the product. And Hose Foreman told me to stick it, and that will bother me forever. I will never look at at a hose, because that's just what is that? That's slimy. I think that's slimy of a company to you know. And I sent them all the documentation. So you know, I will say that does stick in my craw. I have said some things in anger about this saw, but I mean, I don't know. Over 2 years later, it still works. So if you're not on any kind of time deadline, this saw might be worth your money. If you want to learn how to fix stuff, especially chainsaws, if you're not under, you know, if nobody else is depending on you to get stuff done in a certain amount of time, you know, this G660 might be a good saw for you. So anyways, I hope this was interesting. Here, look at that. Look at that, I'm losing my sticker. So anyways, hope this was interesting. Thanks for watching if you got this far, and I'll see you around.